my name is Zamber. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video and deciding to watch with me. Today we are back with more The Promised Neverland. We are watching Season 2, Episode 7. First, I want to just say thank you guys. I actually felt like last episode, most of the comments were much more understanding of what I was trying to say. Basically me saying I don't want to just rip on the anime because of the manga. I haven't read the manga, so I just wanted to form an anime-only opinion of it, which I can definitely say it feels way too rushed. I think we can all agree on that. Like, there's so much more that could have happened, and this could have been much more paced, better, and things kind of nicely playing out versus just like chugga 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 like plowing through this plot. I am sad because it already seems as though the anime is going to end after this season, which is so sad. I definitely love the first season so much, so it makes me like really, really disappointed that it seems that we're just gonna run to the end at this point. So I'm disappointed just as much as you guys are. I know you are disappointed for other reasons, but just know that I am not trying to say that the anime is amazing, but I am trying to form an anime-only point of view. And I feel like a lot of people did respect that last episode. So I just want to say thank you guys. I appreciate it. I don't want to hate on this anime just because of everybody coming in and saying they hate it. I want to form my own opinion. And that's kind of what becomes difficult when you're watching something live, instead of just watching it after it had already finished airing. So thank you guys so much for being much more understanding about that last episode. I know it's hard, and I know there's a lot of hurt feelings and people upset, but I do want to I'm a positive person. I'm optimistic, so I want to give it a chance, and you know it is letting me down too. I just want that clear. But nevertheless, I'm still watching it. I'm still going to give it a chance to see what they're trying to do with it, and it'll be interesting nevertheless. Interesting does not always mean good, so we'll see. So please keep in mind, guys, if you want to support my channel and you like what I do, check out my Patreon page, linked down in the description below. You can check out my full reactions to anime, movies, cartoons, all that stuff, and they're all-timer reactions, so it's super awesome. So thank you guys so much, and without further ado, let's get started. God, the first opening was so much better. That song was dope. On fire. I am curious to see how this is going to end. And how our talk with Norman's gonna go here. After we just found out, you know. Oh! Okay, it's such a hype moment seeing Norman, though. My heart just goes all flutter. It's like, I'm so glad you're back, baby. But maybe not. I don't know. Wait. Oh, hey, it's them. Oh, boo.
彼女ははじめ、キバの村に現れた救世主だった。彼女はわずかな血のみで、その力を他者に伝染させることができる。ただ一口、彼女の血を飲むだけで、その鬼は同じ体質を手にできたんだ。
Oh, interesting.
その噂を聞きつけた王や貴族は、彼女らを捕らえ、その血を持つ全員を食い殺した。
Oh, cool. Awesome.
だから捕らえて、殺して、独占した。そういうことじゃね。なんなら1000年前の約束も、人間との戦いどうこうって以上に、自分たちで人肉を管理、統制できる方が、いろいろと都合がいいってことだったのかも。彼らは退化した鬼を人型に戻す力を持っている。僕らの計画において、極めて不確定な危険要素だ。探し出して殺さないと。
No!
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
鬼を滅ぼしたくない。
No, I mean, their lives too. They matter. They have families. They have their own system going. Like, who's to say that we just get rid of them? Uh-oh.
その座標が示すのは、かつて行き来ができた門があった場所。だけど、そのための装置は すでに農園によって破壊されている。
Oh
他に道は、人間の世界へ行く道はもうないの？いや、行き来の門は残されてはいる。グレイスフィールドハウスだよ。
Huh? What?
苦労して逃げ出してきた場所に出口があるなんてな。でも、それなら好都合でしょ？いや、ダメだ。門は本部の地下深くだ。危険すぎる。
Oh.
それだけじゃない。仮に突破できても、人間の世界が僕たちを受け入れてく
Yeah,
れ
I
る保証は
know,
ど
I
こにもない。
know, I know.
断言する。
I mean...
鬼を絶滅させなければ、家族で笑える未来はない。確かに、ノーマンの計画は確実だ。
Yeah.
その通りだよ。確実だけど、わずかでも双方生き残る道があるのなら、その道にかけて進もうよ。もし確実な道だけ選んでたら、私たち脱獄なんてしてないよ。結果僕は出荷された。それをお前が勝手に食用児を救うには間違えるわけにはいかない。
Oh, shit!
二人は兄弟たちとこの神殿で待っていてくれ。おい待て、ノーマン。
Damn.
ノーマン、また一人で遠くに行っちゃうの？心から鬼を絶滅させたいの？
Uh-oh. I don't think you're gonna like his answer.
ノーマンは辛くないの？ああ、これが僕の望む未来だ。
Ooh. Damn.
取引しよう。私、村長とムジカを探しに行ってくる。あ？探し出したいんでしょ？
I love when she gets this voice about her. She's like, okay, let's do this. I do this and that, and we do this. Okay?
7日、5日。あ！わかった。それでいい。その間に連れてこれなければ、予定通り実行する。ありがとう。それで十分だよ。
Please don't be rude.
なあ、あいつらの話何だった？
鬼を絶滅させたくないって。やっぱり。あと、邪血の少女が生きていた。やば
Oh
く
boy.
エマたちと面識のある友達だそうだ。
は？邪血のやつが？それは都合が良くも悪くも。
Yeah, it's true. Oh no.
鬼と。
Girl, you need to chill. I love your hair though, but you're a little cuckoo. Gonna be honest. Just being honest. Oh.
ここ数日でさらに感覚が狭くなってきている。シズもザギも私もだ。我々にはもう時間が残されていない。ボスはこっち側だよな。ボスはボスだよな。迷ってなんかないよな。
Norman? Oh, god damn it. Fuck the show. I know he still wants to, but I hope that he is ever so slightly wavering. You know?
何も変わらない。邪血を殺す。この計画を変更するつもりはない。
Oh! Oh, okay. Hello. That's a big boy.
そんなのムジカを探しに行く？それもたった5日で？やっぱり無茶かな。
Is it reckless?
絶滅を止める。これが本当に正しいのかわからない。けれど、後悔しない未来を選びたいよ。
Yeah. I mean, we have the technology. I think I literally was saying last time that I wanted to find a solution that would help them be able to do this. Because if they're able to make that drug, they should be able to do something else to help them. And this would.
俺も協力するよ。エマが俺らにもちゃんと話してくれたんだ。悔いのない選択。今までの俺たちにそうやってきたしな。
You're cutie.
今度こそやってみなきゃわからんってことをノーマンに証明したいの。
相変わらずだな、ノーマンは。少し俺たちを信用しろっての。
そうだそうだ。ノーマンが出荷されなくても俺たち脱獄できたかもしれないって認めさせなきゃな。
Cute.
だからギルダ。どう？お前も来てくれ。
足りねえよ。
Okay. Oh, Gilda.
ダメかな。
You don't want to? No, I don't.
私も一緒に行く。
Gilda's relationship as they've been growing.
でも、サンジュとムジカ、今どこにいるのかな？
Yeah.
そう、ちょうど渡り鳥を狩りに、この近くまで移動している可能性が高い。
任せたぜ
I'm proud of them.
ノーマン。
How you doing? Not good, I'll take it. Yeah. Not good. Oh, no. Oh, God, were you, actually given things?
こんばんは。はじめまして、ノーマン。
Didn't we basically see all but the last line given? Are we gonna see what happened to him? I'd like to, but I feel like we don't have enough episodes to do that. What, we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 5, maybe 6? I don't know how many episodes we'll have. 5 or 6? Alright, so I like that we got to hear a little bit more from Norman on this and the whole ideas of basically eliminating the demons or saving them and, basically disassembling the farms, giving them the blood so that they can keep their form and still keep their lives. Now, I thought it was really interesting. There was so many of you in the comments who sided with Norman, which I can understand that. And I think the show itself kind of laid it out nicely that this drug is a much more for certain thing. It will work. But the incredibly sad thing is we already know, or at least have a pin in that bubble that will, eradicate it. If they get human food again, what have you, rebuild these farms, anybody of that sort, or if Mujika, I know I say her name funny, it's so hard to figure out how to pronounce it, but she at any point could be like, oh no, I'm gonna go help these towns and go town by town, fix these people, and then we have demons again. It's not a end all be all type of situation. So I don't think that his is as bulletproof as he thinks it is. As long as she exists, it is flawed. But Emma going to go find them, though, of course, allows Norman to be like, oh, if we get rid of her, now this becomes pretty flawless. Though I think the royalty, if they're still out there, would have that blood, and I feel like they would be able to give their blood, so I still think there's a bit of a plot hole there, or a bubble popper thing. But nevertheless, it doesn't matter how for certain that plan is. It is the whole moral premise of this, to which it is your level of empathy for other people. And I do want to eventually make a big video essay about empathy in shows, things like that, because I think it'd be very interesting to understand why people may really like a show, and for other people who are like, oh, I cried, but I didn't really like it. There's this level of empathy that every person has. There is zero empathy, which is me, myself, and I. I only care for myself and my safety. There's the next level where it's like me, myself, and my very immediate, first ring bubble. Where if something harms someone around me in this bubble, then I'm not okay with it. And then there's, the middle tier where it's like, oh, I see a dog on TV, I hear it cry, oh, I feel sad for dog, oh no, I have a dog, I can understand that dog's pain, where it's like, or it's like, oh no, I see someone who who looks like me on TV, maybe has the same skin color as me, I can empathize for that person that, like, no, I'm sure they're a bright person. They shouldn't have to go through this. That's too bad. That level where you have some basic understanding because there's still some connecting point between you and the thing that you're empathizing for, if that makes sense. And then we kind of, there's another sub step there. I don't have that fleshed out yet, but the next step is where I sit, the very, very empathetic person who is like, I see that you are struggling. You may not have the same face as me. You may not have the same skin color as me. You may not identify same way as I do in any way. You may not be a cis, straight woman, whatever. But I can empathize with you that situation sounds incredibly difficult, and I can only truly imagine how terrible that must feel based on what you are telling me, and that I feel for you, and that makes me incredibly sad that anyone should ever have to go through that mess. And that's where I think the disconnect happens in this series, that people who are probably feeling like Norman is correct are kind of on that second subset of empathy. Not saying you lack empathy, this is just the sliding scale of empathy. So there's still empathy there, but you only have empathy, maybe middle scale, maybe between the second and middle scale, where you can only have empathy for the person that is like you. Where that's just not, there's no right or wrong, of course, but that's what gets us into these huge, massive world wars. It's the same way that we, when we had our Thanksgiving here in America, we literally handed deadly blankets and we hunted and pushed out Native Americans and took their land because our people need to be somewhere and live because we got kicked out. So we're gonna kick you out, take your land and your resources, and bye. And now, of course, you might be saying, Zamber, no, that's too extreme. That's not what we're doing. They're eating us. And it's like, yeah? Did you know the Native Americans actually helped us and were, actually, giving us resources and teaching us? And we killed them? We've done a lot worse. I don't think it is fair to piss off the extremely dangerous creatures because they're just gonna come after us again, because it's not like they're not gonna still want us. That's the thing we have to remember. They're like, oh, they'll start eating each other because that's all they know. No, if we're not going to the human world, they're still gonna hunt us because they still want all of this. We're still gonna smell fucking delicious. Humans still smell good. And the problem is, if we get rid of their brains up there, then they're only gonna go off their animal instincts, which is to hunt the most delicious thing possible. They're gonna smell us, they're gonna come after us. These human societies are gonna have to defend like an attack on Titan. The Titans are just gonna keep coming. It's not gonna happen. There's so many flaws with Norman's plan. I want that clear. You don't even have to be that empathetic, but there are flaws with his plan. Where at least with Emma's, and I think Ray said this in episode 6, Ray said himself he'd rather deal with a more intelligent demon than a, degenerated animal creature. At least you can talk to the human-formed demon. And they too can have some form of empathy. Not saying everyone will. It's not going to just magically change overnight. But if they don't need to eat us to be able to function and keep their families alive and, speaking and able to hold this intelligent form, then I think most of them probably won't. Because number one, as we've already seen in their society, buying human anything is expensive as fuck. The market is against them. I think most of these lower class demons would want this solution, because then they can just go eat the birds and berries and be fine and sustain their own, metabolism, but their brains aren't going to go to poo-poo. There's so many better positives that can come out of this versus just hoping that they'll degenerate and they'll kill each other. Like, there's no for sureness there. So I especially wanted to duke this out a little bit. Of course, there's going to be flaws in Emma's plan too. Number one is a big if. Like, there's zero guarantee for anything she listed on the table. Number one, we have no idea how to get to the human world, and we don't know if we're even allowed to go, because they are like all full-fledged Titanic, like, sorry, women and children only, and we're full, I can't take you on our boat, like, you're gonna break the contract, we're not doing that shit. So we have zero idea if that's gonna work. That's already a huge, big if. Then we have, is Sanjo and Mujika gonna actually help us? Because it sounds like she already did this shit before, and it didn't work. People came after her. She was hunted. It's not, not Gucci. So she has her own deals, and I think that she's gonna be all the much more like, why should I do this? Why are you trying to help the demons? Like, I think there'll be some resistance there, which I'm excited to see that part of her character too. Along with that, we don't know how the demons will even respond. If they'll even take this, we have zero. We don't know. We don't know demons well enough to do this. And the other sad thing is, Norman may just try to kill them the second he sees them. And that's bad. So there's a lot of ifs on both sides. But I want it clear that Norman's idea is not perfect. And the reason why I don't agree with it is more so the empathetic level of like, this is just a continuous cycle of hate. That if you keep pushing this hate down the line, it's going to keep coming back and back and back. Like, killing demons and destroying them is not a good solution. They have families. They are civilized. I mean, what is it our right to destroy them? I think it's incredibly sad, and I think any bloodshed is honestly a disgrace. I don't think we need to. Of course, I think inevitably something will happen, and it will probably happen. But I think it's really sad, and it's just a cycle of hate that I think America knows all too well. I don't think we need to have these wars. I think that, honestly, Norman could find a better solution that benefits everybody. But, it's the money-hungry upper-class demons and the also money-hungry and safety-hungry humans also at the top of that pyramid, who are perpetuating this cycle of, having control and being in charge, things like that. So it's definitely interesting. Once again, not saying either plan is right or wrong. There's definitely a much more a morally just and unjust, I would say, which once again does not truly indicate right or wrong. It's just a bit of a trolley problem, I would say, a ethical dilemma where, if you, I think it is true. It's basically Emma is on a trolley. She could not do anything and just let Norman murder like 5 people, not actually 5 people, but murder all the demons on the track, and Emma does not pull a lever. Or Emma could pull the lever, turn it and then just risk the lives of Mujika and Sanju, and, you know, take a chance that the lever will pull, of course, and that the train won't hurt them. So it's interesting. I love moral ethical dilemmas. I think they're really interesting, and I feel like this is a pretty fair one, honestly. So, not fair as in like any reason, but to say this is a moral ethical dilemma would be fair of me to say. So, yeah, and then of course at the end, we need to switch focus. We've talked about this a lot. But to switch focus, obviously I really like these topics. I don't know what's wrong with Norman. I know he's always been sickly. I don't know if that is his regular sickliness or if he lied to Emma and Ray about not being injected or experimented on and only tested. I'm not sure. So we'll see, I guess. I don't know what coughing up the blood was supposed to mean, but I'm sure we'll figure out soon. Maybe. But yeah, so overall, really good episode. I loved how Dawn and Gilda got to kind of shine a little bit, their personalities glow, and get a little moment. And I'm really glad that they get to help track them down. I think it'll be cool to just have like that group of 4 hanging out. It'll be cool. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It means so much to me. Please make sure you go check out the official release over on Funimation and Hulu. I still, nevertheless, think it's great to support the official release, irregardless of your opinions on the product. So, thank you guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you all later.